So whatever you want to call it, either a dream matchup or the most important World Series, maybe since Toronto made it to the World Series in 1992 against the Braves, the upcoming Dodgers-Yankees 7-game tilt for world supremacy in baseball will bring a lot of fans in. It will remind a lot of fans, of course, of the last three times that the Dodgers and Yankees met in the postseason. Of course, 1977, which Jackson dominated the whole set with the 3 home runs in Game 6. In 78, when the Dodgers had 2-0, lost 4 straight. And of course, 81, the big mistake by the coaches of the Yankees to take out Tommy John in Game 6, which I think really cost them the series. And that was a series, of course, that Winfield collapsed. Bob Watson was their best player, and Reggie really wasn't given enough to be Mr. October. So what's going to happen in this series? Well, the ratings are going to go be through the roof. I would not be surprised if the contests get between 30 and 50 million viewers per game, maybe 5 to 10 million in Canada. Most Canadians are fans of both the Dodgers and the Yankees because the majority of us are Blue Jay fans. So we see these as, AL East perennials like the Yankees. And obviously, this is kind of weird. Toronto's never played the Yankees in the playoffs. But the Dodgers-Yankees rivalry go back to the Brooklyn Dodgers year, the Joe DiMaggio era, Jackie Robinson era. There's going to be a lot of people over the age of 80 watching this series. Now, who's going to win? Well, it's not for me to predict. But I look at the Dodgers with Betts, the former Freudian slip, former Blue Jay Teoscar Hernandez, and Shohei Ohtani. They can hit home runs or get the big hit at any time. But the Yankees with the big three of Stanton, Soto, and Aaron Judge. Now, we know Stanton loves the playoffs. His key home runs against a very, very good team in Cleveland. Cleveland, I might as well call them the Canadian Guardians because of the 2 nailers. I think Cleveland gave them the best shot they could. Won that classic Game 3, but the Yankees just too many key home runs. Their pitching staff is okay. The relievers are okay. But the Dodgers, Chavez Ravine, that's always a good feel for many Dodger players. So it's going to come down to 2 things. Can the Yankees stop Ohtani, Betts, and Hernandez? And can the Dodgers stop Judge, Soto, and Stanton? Well, for that, no offense to Teoscar and Mookie Betts, you got 3 massive home run hitters in Soto, Judge, and Stanton are really 40 to 50 home run potential per year for the Yankees. They can win any place. Yankees can play small ball. They got a whole bunch of young prospects. But I like the way that they're being coached. I'm not saying Aaron Boone's the greatest Yankee coach of all time, but I mean, suffice it to say, after coming back from that big loss in game 3 and being stronger, I mean, any team that's ahead 2-0 and loses, look what happened to Boston Bruins in 71 against Montreal, could cause a collapse. So, as it stands right now, ladies and gentlemen, the series starts on October 25th. And according to my sources, there will not be a Halloween game this year because you don't want to confuse the people, to not watch. They'll be out of the house. And this is going to be big in Japan for obvious reasons, no pun intended. It's going to be big in Europe, big in Canada. And old-time favorites of people like Cecil Fielder, Dave Kingman, Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco, George Foster. This will be a home run World Series. I would suspect there's going to be 2 to 4 home runs per game, both teams combined. So at the end, get your popcorn ready because you're going to get 27 or 28 home runs during the set. Now, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, well, that's the series they're wanting, a conspiracy, blah blah blah, bullshit." I think that the Dodgers getting Ohtani away from Toronto. Toronto was convinced they're going to get him, but securing Judge for long term. Judge not say he had a possibility to break the record of 62 he set a couple of seasons before. I think Aaron Judge will be the key factor in all of this because we had the big key home run in that Game 3 against Cleveland, although they lost the contest. that woke him up, and it woke up the Yankees players. And the Yankees are very, very united as team. They're very energetic. There's like a Latino spin to them. Now, in most, I know this is kind of weird to say. The closest in the American League to a National League team is the Yankees. The closest in the National League to an American League team is the Dodgers. So technically, it is AL versus NL, but it's the combination style. I think the Yankees and Dodgers through the years, their number 3, 4, and 5 hitters have been so good. And what the Dodgers have done, they built a team with some key players from other squads. They built through the draft. But getting Mookie Betts, he's still underperformed in the playoffs. He hasn't been the Mookie Betts we've known him to be, but he's a known winner. So, ladies and gentlemen, whoever wins the World Series, they're going to be selling merchandise on this for years to come. And like I said, what I'm suggesting to you, when we were kids, when the Yankees and Dodgers would play in the postseason, we go to Pizza Light or the local pizza place and get a whole bunch of treats, a 2-liter of Pepsi, some Hostess tortilla chips. This should be a munchable series, ladies and gentlemen. Should use every way possible to treat your family and friends and get together. This could be, again, a bonding experience, because I know I give an example, the great developer, player, and writer Bill Saunders in New Brunswick for Senior Ball. He can basically tell you this is going to draw so much interest in a good and positive way. Everybody in Canada loves a Dodgers game because that's the late game, late on Sunday. Everybody loves the Yankees game because the AL East. And it was kind of ironic they played Cleveland, because Cleveland's now in the Central, but they weren't. They were AL East powerhouses for a few years, in the Oral Hershiser years. And, it's kind of weird. It's bringing back memories of the old NL East when they had Cleveland and Detroit in the division, where Boston, Toronto was strong, Detroit was very strong. Anybody who comes out the AL East is going to be a World Series contender. I think the only full exception, no offense to the Blue Jays, but the Blue Jays weren't strong enough in those two playoff years in 15 and 16 to get all the way, because he didn't have enough pitching or, overall bench strength to make it go. But ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be quite interesting. It'll be interesting to see who's going to call back. Maybe be features on Tommy Lasorda, Yogi Berra, George Steinbrenner, Billy Martin. So what I want you to do, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a chance, go online and see the playoff films from the 77, 78, and 81 series. George Frazier's 3 losses for the Yankees in 81. You look at the ball incident with Reggie in 78. Lasorda freaking out on one of his pitchers. And again, the 3 home runs in Game 6 against Houghton and the other pitchers that gave it up. So again, Dodgers, Yankees, for 1 week in October or even in November. That's what I call it, 1 week in October. Thanks for listening. If you like what we're doing, we're a baseball podcast. Let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.